Well, it's a spring Monday, and that means I'm very busy at work. It's been a marvelous Monday, if you can hear the sarcasm in my voice. Um, just got back from Disney World. Had a really great time. We spent a whole week there. Um, Not necessarily a week at Disney, but a week in the area. Let's just say we went to the Magic Kingdom, and then we went to Hollywood Studios, and then Epcot and Animal Kingdom, and then back to Hollywood Studios. So we had a pretty good time there. It's been since the early '90s since I was there, so really enjoyed being there with the family and everything. If you're interested in Disney videos, I will have a playlist. A couple of them already up, and I got a couple more coming out here over the next couple of days. So if you like Disney, keep an eye out on that. Later on this week or next week, Monday, I'm going on a camping trip for about 4 days, maybe 4 or 5 days, something like that. If you're into camping, check out that video. It'll be probably coming up next week. I think it's when it'll be out. Got a couple of new pieces of camping gear I'm going to try out and do little first thought reviews and things like that on it. So if you like camping and camping equipment videos, keep an eye out for those. But until then, we're going to take a look at this Mailbag Monday of 5 envelopes. So this first envelope comes to me from Massillon, Ohio. Never heard of that before. Got some interesting stamps. Got some PTA stamps. And I'm not sure who that is. Anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can get into this one. A little bit different than the typical envelopes I get. Looks like it's open on that edge there. Oh boy, I really don't want to do this. I don't know what's in here. Let's just see if I can do it this way. Yeah, that might work. I'm just going to tear it apart. Wow. Yep. Definitely a Monday. Okay. Hopefully it wasn't nothing. Alright, there we go. What we got here? Cooper Court in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. New motel with knotty pine interiors, tile baths, Simmons metal furnishings, radiant heat, easy chairs. I can't remember why I bought this postcard. I know it's one of the older hotels there in Gatlinburg, and that's another one of my likings, I guess you say, is old motels, especially the Gatlinburg area. A lot of the old mom and pop hotels, and this is one of them. I'm going to actually try to get to Gatlinburg this summer, hopefully. I'm not sure how well it's going to go. After going to Disney for a week, the finances are pretty stretched out, but hopefully we'll get there. I don't know if this motel is standing anymore or not. If it is, I'll put a quick screen capture here on the screen of it. But yeah, like I said, I don't remember why I bought this, but I just thought it was probably a pretty cool postcard from the 50s there. And so this next postcard comes to me from Tenafly, New Jersey. It's also got some interesting stamps on it. 13-cent stamps. And a 15-cent stamp. I don't know, it's kind of odd combination, let's just say. Go ahead and pop this one open. It's got a little invoice here. Smokyland Motel. At the entrance of the Great Smokies. Modern motel with native stone construction. I bought this for a specific reason, but I don't remember why. I want to say this is or was the original, on the original site of a defunct amusement park, I guess you say, in Gatlinburg on the hill. It's up there towards where, if you're familiar with the area, Anarchista. It's out that kind of towards that way, where the aquarium is now, out that way, up on the hill. If you've been there in the early 2000s, you've probably seen some of the rides still out there. The ones that are left over, broke down, weren't worth anything. The chairlift is still out there. I think this hotel was there before that. I'm gonna have to go back and look. Yeah, I think that's it. But I don't know. Something just doesn't seem right. I thought the name was something different. Oh, I'm probably wrong. This is probably why I bought this. Paid 29 cents for that. I paid 29 cents, and it cost them 39. I don't know. It cost them more than 39 cents to ship it. So I'm probably wrong. That probably is not the hotel I'm thinking of. But for 29 cents, it'll go good in the collection. Don't know why my camera is doing that weird focus thing. I'm going to have to go look at the settings on it. Being at Disney, I might have messed with the settings, so sorry about the zooming in and out and whatever it's doing. It's driving me crazy too. But anyways, this next one comes to me. There it goes again. This next one comes to me from San Marcos, Texas, and that's near Austin, Texas. I've never been to Austin. I've been to San Antonio, and that was close to 25 years ago. I'd like to get back out to Texas and see some sights, things like that. Okay, this one, I know exactly where this one comes from. This was the Sandman Motel. I don't know if it's going to be able to let me zoom in there. You can just kind of see right there. It says the Sandman Motel. Now, this motel back in the day was probably a pretty popular motel. It is right there on Highway 90 in a small town of Goshen, Mississippi, which is next to my hometown of Pascagoula. It's actually just west across the Pascagoula River. So it was a pretty popular motel back in the day right there on the Highway 90. Now, when I remember it in the 80s and into the 90s and maybe early 2000s, it was what we would call a roach motel. Very low cost, place you wouldn't take your wife, but you might take a lady of the night. Let's just say that, okay? I don't know how to put it any other politically correct way. Now, I saw one of these cars once before on eBay, and it was like $10, I think it was. And at the time, I was definitely not going to spend $10 on it. I actually came across it, recently, obviously, here it is. And it wasn't that much. I'm going to go back and look at my price I paid. Probably a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but it wasn't $10. So I just thought it was really cool because it's just something you don't see a lot of. Been collecting and looking at postcards for close to 2 or 3 years, and this is the second time I came across it, and I told myself I may not come across it again, so went ahead and bought it. Anyways, I think Hurricane Katrina did a lot of damage, flooding to it, and ended up being condemned and torn down, and now it's just a little empty grassy field on the side of the highway, just collecting grass. Thing of the past. I think they petitioned the city to rebuild a hotel there or rebuild something similar, and the city shot them down. I guess the city was tired of their antics, but now, like I said, it's just a field of grass, a thing of the past. So this next postcard comes to me from Columbia, Pennsylvania, which is around Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Definitely not familiar with Pennsylvania. do it that way there. Boy, it is definitely a Monday. This is like 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4 cards that are fighting me. Anyways, yeah. This is the Tennessee Tornado roller coaster in Dollywood. This is one of my favorite roller coasters at Dollywood when I was there. Last time I was there was early 2000s. They've added 1, 2, 3, 4. They've added 4, maybe 5 roller coasters since then. This was one of my favorite ones when I was there. It's just a fairly simple layout, but it kind of goes through the sides of a mountain. Actually, the first hill goes down through a mountain, and you come out this tunnel right here into a loop, and it does some other stuff and little corkscrews, this, that, and the other. Now, when Dollywood was originally going to put this roller coaster in, it was not, the original plans weren't what it ended up being. There's actually photographs online where somebody had found a model, a 3-dimensional model, I think it was, or a 3-dimensional picture of what the original coaster was going to be, and originally it was going to be a good bit longer. I think they said the budget went down. Something happened where they had to shorten it, or I'm not sure. There was something significant that caused them to go to the formats in the day. But anyways, this was you don't see a lot of Dollywood postcards. It's just odd. You see a couple of them here and there, but this one's fairly new. Kind of tells you about there. But like I said, you look on eBay, and I don't remember looking for postcards when I was there, but you don't see a whole lot of Dollywood postcards. I don't know what it is. Maybe they don't make them. They don't sell them. I don't know. It's just odd. So when I come across this one, it was just a give and go ahead and buy it. Probably pay a little bit too much for it, but like I said, you don't see too many Dollywood postcards, and especially you don't see too many of the Tennessee Tornado roller coaster at Dollywood. So this will go good with my roller coaster postcard collection. So the last postcard of today's Mailbag Monday comes to me from Columbus, Ohio. There goes the camera doing its crazy. There it goes again. Sorry about that. Anyways, I know where Columbus, Ohio is. My aunt used to live in Columbus, or right on the outskirts of Columbus, in the mid to late 90s. I remember going up there and spending some time up there, and I thought it was interesting that her house had a basement. And the basement was my uncle's man cave, and me being my preteen, I thought that was cool to hang out with my uncle in his man cave with him. Anyways, this is a roadside park stop on the Natchez Trace Parkway. If you remember, this time last year I did a trip on the Natchez Trace Parkway. This is the Jack's Branch Recreation Area. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of my favorite ones because you go from the parking lot down, you can see there's some steps there, and there's a little creek right there. They call it a branch. That is Jack's Branch, or where I live, we call it a creek. Anyways, it was a really neat picnic area with the tables and such, and there's rocks across the river and the rocks everywhere you can climb down. I don't have rocks where I live at, so it was a nice treat to see some rocks. Now, if you remember my video on this stop, I made mention that you could see parts of a pathway. As whenever I was there, when you went down the steps, it was just grass and dirt and rocks. There was really no pathways. You just walked over the picnic table and had your picnic. This right here proves that there was a walkway around. You could actually see some of the walkway. It looked like it was asphalt. This postcard's probably from the 60s, 70s, that time frame, maybe even the 80s. So it goes to show you that, yes, there was a walkway there, or a pathway. So I thought it was really cool and significant that my thoughts were correct about the pathway. Anyways, not a whole lot of postcards on the Natchez Trace Parkway, especially on this particular rest stop. I I'm trying to find some more here and there just because I thought that was kind of cool, doing little rest stops, and this was particularly one of my favorite rest stops, so I had to get it. So that completes this week's Mailbag Monday video. If you've ever been to Dollywood and rode the Tennessee Tornado, let me know in the comments below what you think about it. It's one of my favorite rides there, but like I said, we're trying to get back up to Gatlinburg this year, hopefully, and ride the other rides there. Anyways, if you've ever been to Gatlinburg, rode that, you remember the Smoky Land Motel, or the, I don't think I even talked about the hotel name here, the Cooper Court? Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, if you remember the Cooper Court Hotel there in Gatlinburg, if by chance you remember the Sandman Motel in Goshen, Mississippi, I would be delighted to know what you thought about that one. And tell me what you think about the Jack's Branch picnic area if you've ever been there. Kind of a little interesting spread of postcards this week. Nothing too thrilling, but couple of these are pretty rare per se, and they'll go nicely in the collection. But anyways, like I said before, got some Disneyland video, or Disney World, excuse me, I get it mixed up. Disney World videos coming out, and then some are already out. If you're interested in those, look at my playlist in my video tab. I got some shorts videos of those too coming out, and some of them are already out. And if you're interested in some camping videos, they're on their way. But like always, I appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you next time.